Hi there, Mariam here, and this is English Free Shop. I'm passionate about languages and I'm willing to improve my English. I'm trying to study English at least 1 hour a day, so why not do it together? Don't worry about your level because I'm going to cover all the different levels from A1 to C2. If you are also interested, join me on this journey and let's study together. I'll try to upload videos at least 3 times a week, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button to stay updated on my latest videos. Today I'm going to discuss the difference between he is and his as the possessive adjective and she's and her. So without further delay, let's get started. Okay, as I said before, today I'm going to study and practice a little bit about the difference between his and his and she's and her. I know that a lot of students that have just started learning English have problem with these two, and I'm going to discuss it a little bit today. So let's get started. So his is actually the short form for he is. What is he? He is the subject pronoun that we use for men or for boys. For example, Bob is my teacher. So Bob is my teacher. Imagine I want to talk about Bob, who is my teacher. In this case, I'm not going to repeat Bob in every sentence. What should I do? First, I mention Bob's name in my first sentence so I know who I'm talking about. And then after that, instead of Bob, I use he. He is a very good teacher, for example. He is always on time. Okay? He is never late. So always, all the time when I'm using he in all these sentences, I mean Bob, right? And sorry, and also I use is, which the form of the verb to be. So he is a very good teacher. He is always on time. He is never late. So in order to be more fluent, instead of he is, I can say he's. He's a very good teacher. He's always on time. He's never late. Now, the other one that causes a lot of confusion is his. So his is the possessive adjective, for men or for boys. So what is the meaning of possessive? Possessive talks about something that belongs to someone. Okay, for example, Bob's book is on the desk. So Bob's book, it means this book belongs to Bob. This book doesn't belong to me. It isn't my book. It isn't my friend's book. It is Bob's book. So instead of Bob's here, instead of Bob's, I can use his book is on the desk. Okay, it shows the possession. Whose book? I can ask this question. Whose book is on the desk? Is it my book on the desk? Is it your book on the desk? No, it's Bob's book. It's his book that is on the desk. Okay, so we can give more examples. For example, his mom is a doctor. Whose mom is a doctor? Is my mom a doctor? Is your mom a doctor? No, his mom is a doctor. For example, John's mom is a doctor. Okay? David's mom is a doctor. His mom is a doctor. Means only David's mom. I'm talking about one person's mom that is a boy, of course. And let me give you some more examples. Like for example, his son is handsome. For example, his pen is broken. And I give you some more example with he's. He's a doctor. He himself is a doctor. Means he is a doctor. He is not a nurse. He is not an engineer. He is not a teacher. He is a doctor. Okay? He's a good guy. He is a good teacher. He is a good doctor. Or you can just use it with the adjective. For example, he is tired. He is happy. Okay? Or if it is negative, we can use it negative and say he isn't. Sorry. He isn't. Sorry. Happy. He isn't happy, actually, because we are using the verb to be here. Okay? Now, the same goes for she's and her. So, she's, again, she is the pronoun that we use for females. For example, Sarah is a good girl. She is very kind. She is a nurse. So instead of repeating Sarah in every sentence, I use she, which is a pronoun. She is a good girl. She's a nurse. She's very kind. So as I think you just noticed, every time that I said, I use the short form. Instead of saying she is very kind, I make it shorter and I say she's very kind. I use apostrophe S, which is the short form for to be, for the verb to be. The verb is. She's a nurse, right? But what about her? Her, again, is the possessive adjective for girls or for women. For example, Sarah's car is expensive. Sarah's car is expensive. Instead of Sarah's car, I can say her car is expensive, right? Not my car. My car isn't expensive. Whose car is expensive? Whose car? Sarah's car. Or her car is expensive. Okay? So let's give you more examples. For example, her dad is very kind. Not my dad, not your dad, her dad. Sarah's dad, Emily's dad, for example, Miriam's dad, whoever that is a girl I'm talking about. Okay? Her laptop isn't working. Her laptop isn't working. Her cell phone is broken. My cell phone is okay. Your cell phone is okay. Her cell phone is broken. Look, every time that we are using her or his, for example, his mom, again, is a doctor. I give you more examples. His book is on the desk. Look, if you pay attention, every time that I am using his or her, after that, I'm using a noun. That is very important. After them, I'm using a noun. See, her dad. Dad is a noun. Her laptop is a noun. Her cell phone is a noun. Her mom, it's a noun. His book, it's a noun. That's why we call them adjectives, because because adjectives come before nouns. Okay? Her dad, her laptop, her cell phone. That, laptop, cell phone, all of them are nouns. But if I use, for example, she's or he's, sorry, she's kind. See, I'm using an adjective. She's a doctor. I'm using a, okay, which is an article, and then I'm using the job. Usually before the jobs, we use articles, okay? He's my dad. See, we are using a phrase, a noun phrase, okay? Who is he? Who is he? He's my dad, okay? Okay, so that's it for today. I think it was helpful. I hope it was helpful. And I want you if you want to practice more, I want you to write some other examples, some other sentences in the comments with all these four types of sentences with his, she's, his, and her. I hope this lesson would be helpful for you, and I see you next session with another practice and another grammar, or I don't know, any kind of other practices can do. See you next time. Bye bye.